Hi YouTube, you're with Tosh,
And MudRaker.
and we're back on our Agrarian Skies world.
We are indeed doing our automation piece.
We are, and I've finished glassing in everything,
I
so
know.
it's all
I
nice
didn't.
and
I didn't like the rain.
no, and we're going to get Enderman problems now too. It's all nice and covered and everything in here. And you look like you've been busy over here.
Yeah, I have actually. I've ripped all of the pulverizers and stuff out of here
Yep.
because I figured we should just automate it properly. And I've got the first two parts going. I've got a bank of
Goodness,
cobblestone generators here, generating cobblestone,
that's a good thing for
and
cobblestone generators to do.
it is a good thing for cobblestone generators to do. Unfortunately, their barrel is full because I've it took me a little while to get this all set up properly.
Oh,
And they've got lots of cobblestone just going, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. There's so much stuff. I might just take a stack out, actually. That might just help it a little bit.
oh,
So these guys feed here, and all they do is feed straight into the barrel. The good thing about machines, of course, is that you don't need to have a redstone signal.
yeah, no
Uh,
levers.
there are no levers. So this is the leverless version,
Yes, we like that.
which is good. So that's good. Then over here we have the bank of first set of pulverizers, and they're pulverizing the cobble into gravel.
Yep.
Now, what I've discovered that is actually really, really nifty. Okay, if you come in here
Anyway,
and with an open hand in here,
in
in
here,
here,
here. Yep,
yeah, with an open hand,
yep.
and if you have a look at these input bits sides on the pipe, and if you look at the ones over against the first bank of pulverizers, you can see they're programmed. So they've got a pneumatic servo in them, and they've been programmed to have cobblestone going into the furnace on the left.
Yep.
Furnace? Sorry, pulverizer. But if you look on the other side, on the right-hand side, and you click on that connection,
You've got gravel.
you've got gravel. And I didn't know until just a few minutes ago that the pneumatic servo actually allows you can program each connection individually with one servo. So that's pretty cool. So by
So
putting these,
presumably six connections then,
well, yeah,
or
basically, apart from,
five.
yeah, because
You've got to have an input.
well, yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
So that's pretty cool. So that enabled me to get these set up, and now I've got this second bank of pulverizers, only two in this case, producing sand. I haven't got the sand anywhere to go yet, so I've got to hook up the barrel for sand, and then I've got to hook up the barrel for dust, and then I've got to hook them up over to the activators over here. Once they're hooked up back to this main backbone,
Yep.
they'll automatically be filling the activators with what the activators are going to use.
So how are you going to do that? Because you've got your energy conduits over on the right-hand side of your pulverizers here for your gravel.
Yeah, well, the outputs are at the back,
Okay.
and all the outputs are doing is the outputs only feed to the chest. That way, because what I found was an interesting thing. If you've got a barrel, sorry, not chest, a barrel with an input on a
Yep.
pipe, and in the same pipe you've got something that draws out of the barrel,
Yep.
and it's set to be active. What happens is it just sits there drawing something out of the barrel, going, "I'm going to put it back in the barrel," and then I'll draw one out and I'll stick it back in the barrel.
Oh,
Which I
that's a
sort of
bit
figured,
pointless.
which was a bit pointless, right? So I figured, okay, well, the best way to do this is to actually have the piping that feeds into the barrels being quite separate to the piping that's actually feeding out of the barrels. So if you actually look at this stuff down the bottom here, this stuff down the bottom here is all basically feeding out of barrels and into things that want it.
Yep.
Whereas this network that's going to be up the top, and I'll eventually hook these two together as well, feed from machines that are producing stuff into things.
Right.
Hmm.
So the outies and the innies.
That's exactly right. We have an outing network and an innie network.
Cool. Okay. There are lots of clogged up pipes and things over there, but I
Well,
guess
there are, and I think, unfortunately, that's the way the pipes are going to work because of the fact that they don't actually detect a full inventory behind them. They just go, "Oh yeah, there's a pipe. I'll stuff stuff into the pipe,"
yeah,
and then the pipe goes, "Yeah, but I got no room left."
we did
Um,
sort of talk about the fact that we thought that three cobblestone generators here was going to be sufficient because this is also going to feed these.
Eventually it will, and at the moment these will have stopped pretty much.
Yeah, they have. That's
Yeah.
so that might be another way of getting rid of all of you.
Well, it will be too. So I actually need to hook those up. I just haven't done that yet, and unfortunately I've got this lovely power cable now. So do you see this? This is a lovely, glowing, expensive power cable. Rats, I just fell in a hole. Take that off. Still can't get out. Yeah, it's a problem with cables. You can't actually climb off a cable.
No, it's just that little bit too low, isn't it?
It is. It is. Yeah, so I've got this lovely pipe which runs all the way. Very expensive pipe this is. This is the high power pipe back to our main battery here.
Oh yes, to our multi-million gigahertz battery.
Well, at 2 million, which of course is feeding from these three magmatic engines. But did you notice over the back here?
And the culinary engine.
Oh, yeah, that too. But did you notice down the back here, in fact, there is another 2 million RF battery.
Back where? Oh, down there.
Hiding in here, and it's actually feeding, it's holding the power and feeding it up into those guys.
Ah, okay. And that's at 2 million as well. Goodness.
Well, it is. So, in fact, you fell in the hole, didn't you?
Found your hole. Yeah. That nothing unusual in that.
Well, only the fact actually that you were able to get out quite so easily.
Yes. True.
Okay, so as I said, this is sort of getting there. I just need to finish off the next two and hook it all up.
Right.
And hook it up over to this guy over here.
Yep.
And then we're sort of done.
Cool. Well, I've been bashing away at these flux capacitors.
Have you now?
And I've been making my way through the leadstone to make the hardened, to make the redstone, to make the final one, which is the resonant flux capacitor, which is the one that we need for the quest.
Right, okay, that sounds good.
So I now have all of the ingredients for that with a redstone flux capacitor, a pyrethium dust, some redstone, and some endermium ingots. Endermium. And that was a bit of a pain to make. And a trap for new players is don't do that in the smeltery. Make sure that you do that in your magma crucible. It's the only way that you actually get the right stuff.
Oh.
The stuff that comes out of the smelter is liquefied ender. But what you actually need for these is a thing called...
the resonant ender.
Resonant ender, yes.
See, I might have led you astray there.
That's okay. We have a bucket of liquefied ender here if we need it for anything.
Well, we can use it to make some more end stone if we ever need that.
Yep.
The other thing I think you can use it for is to improve your weapons and tools.
Oh, okay. We'll have a look at that then. So, ka-ching, there is our resonant flux capacitor.
Uh-huh.
To activate to charge hand items, etc. So
yeah.
So
you know what? I'm not at all convinced that you finished the quest.
No, that's what I'm just checking now. Resonant flux capacitor. Why does it say that I have 0 out of 1 when I have one in my inventory?
Yeah, see that was actually the bit where I was thinking you might not have finished the quest.
Oh, there we go. Yes, I have. Manual
submit. It worked.
Now we get to choose some things here, don't we? Do we want a high power?
I'm actually very surprised. Can I say I didn't think you were going to be able to do that because I actually thought you needed to charge it first.
Nope.
But there you go. I was obviously wrong.
Yep.
I was just reading the description that said to fill a flux capacity, you will need to make an energetic infuser. So, do we want 4 more culinary generators, do you think?
I don't know. What did the heated ones run off? Was that just coal and stuff, was it?
Yeah.
Because if it was wood, it's not too bad.
Well, they probably all will run off wood. So both the heated and the high temperature furnace. Yep. The high temperature one, though, it builds up temperatures over time.
Oh yeah. Well,
Uh,
I might take 4 of the heated redstone generators. Although heated redstone, does that need redstone to run? Maybe.
well, I'm just going to look that up. Is that are they extra utilities? Was it for those ones?
Hang on for a tick. Let me have a look and see in. Oops. NEI.
Yes, it
Oops.
is. Okay, the heated redstone generator consumes redstone or lava.
Oh.
The
Okay.
furnace generator, which they're not offering us, burns standard furnace fuel. The high temperature furnace consumes standard furnace fuel, but increasing its energy output over time as it heats up. So you could just burn wood, or for that matter, um, charcoal in the high temperature furnace generators if you wanted to go down that path.
Well, we've got a bit of wood. That's all I was thinking.
Yeah, I was actually thinking though that really what we should be getting is a pink generator.
Pink.
Yeah, yeah, pink generator, and sort of unlike the culinary generator, which uses food, the pink generator consumes pink items as fuel. You got
Oh.
any pink things on you?
Yeah, I have. I've got my pickaxe.
Well, don't put it anywhere near a pink generator then.
No. Okay. I think that out of those selections, because we've got the high temperature and the heated redstone, I don't think we want to use the redstone one. The culinary one is okay, but
How much food are you really going to feed it?
correct. Mind you, the one that I've got here is now full, or was, until you sucked it dry.
Did I suck it dry? Cool.
So the other one sucked dry too. So,
Uh,
um,
okay.
so I guess we go for the high temperature. I mean, we can take 2 different types because we're going to have, we're going to end up with 8 of them anyway.
Well, we are, although we could just take reward bags. I don't know that we need that many generators.
Actually, that's a good point. Let's take a couple of reward bags and take.
But if you wanted to take 4 of the high temperature furnace generators and actually set up power production using your trees, because let's be honest, we've got wood coming out of our ears.
We do.
That's probably not a bad plan. There's
Well,
a couple of redstone furnaces there that you can use to convert the wood to charcoal and then feed the charcoal into the high temperature furnace generators, which is a nice little bit of automation, really.
we'll do that then.
Okay, so why don't
Done.
you take the furnace generators?
I have done that.
Okay, I will take the reward bag. How's that
So-
sound?
And I got a redstone energy cell, an
I think
endothermic pump, and a high temperature. Now, the high temperature one runs on lava as well, didn't you say?
no, it runs on standard furnace fuel. Well, okay, which probably is lava, and increases its energy output over time as it heats up.
Okay, because I'm just thinking, with the endothermic pump, we can just pump up lava from the.
Well, that's what we've been using the magmatic engines for, to be honest. So,
Yes,
and we've still got plenty of those.
we do.
But did you notice that redstone energy cell that we got is actually fully charged?
Oh no, I didn't.
And did you notice how much is in it?
There's 2,000 RF.
Yeah, no.
No, there's 10 million RF.
Yeah, that's the one.
So we're going to be right for energy for a little while, unless we attach it to, I don't know, something ridiculous.
Yeah, so in actual fact, I might just upgrade our main unit in here to 10 million.
Okay.
Because it's sort of... Sorry?
Don't you drop that.
No, I won't indeed. The now problem is getting the settings right. So it's blue at the front for input. This is actually one of the things that they don't tell you.
Bloody
in here.
creeper in my farm.
Blue's input, like it is on all the other machines. But that just doesn't actually tell you that.
Right.
Orange is output, and there's a yellowy colour when you're configuring the batteries or the energy cells, and the yellowy colour means no power goes anywhere.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a bit interesting. I'll keep the logs and stuff down here for the moment.
Okay, so we now have another 2 million in this energy cell, and really nowhere to put it. So,
Well, keep it. I might use that with my wood stuff to charge up. Although
ah,
it's fully
cool!
charged.
We got the Morvi Decor Award.
Oh, I forgot about that.
That's what
That's
that's what we
really
got for the reward bag.
that's
More
really
decor,
helpful.
and in fact, more decor than I can carry. So if you're not careful and you come over there, you're going to
I'll
get a pile of decor.
come over and grab it then, will I?
That's probably a good plan. Uh,
Ah, excellent. More coloured bricks to put with
with
our coloured bricks.
our other set of color. Maybe we should use colored bricks at some point, Tosh.
Well, we haven't built anything as yet, really.
Well, no,
Um,
but we now have 32 of each of them.
well, that's okay.
So, no shortage of coloured bricks. Potion of flight.
I got a potion of flight with 8 swigs
Swigs,
left.
8 swigs, and is that 18 minutes it runs for?
Yep, just under 19 actually, 1856.
So that'd probably save you if you fell over the edge then.
I'm just wondering the same thing.
So
What
I
I should
reckon.
do is maybe carry one of those with me at all times.
Yeah, I was thinking I might actually just hold on to that.
Yep.
Well, there's a life back. That's a good thing.
Cool.
Now, the endothermic pumps. There's a thing for you. They've got to put them in the nether to make them useful.
Who
And I
does?
know who's going down the nether to do that.
Yeah, so do I. So do I.
Well, it's only because you love it.
No.
Or
Where
some-
are you going to put them?
I was looking around. I decided I'll stick them in the top.
Top? Yeah.
We still haven't got chickens though, Tosh. Have you noticed this?
I have. I checked a couple of times before and
Still no chickens.
no chickens.
We got more cats though. Even though we had an accidental cat extermination problem.
No, we had a culling.
Oh, right. Okay.
I
I was sort of being
got
nice to our.
I got angry
cats.
with the cats before and I persuaded some of them to leave.
Did you now?
Yes.
In the nicest possible way.
Well, no, not actually in the nicest possible way at all.
In a really annoying.
In a get up out of here.
A brutal, we don't want you here sort of way.
Yeah, in a sort of more a slaying, slicing, cutting kind of way.
See.
But they did get the message almost instantly, in fact.
Yeah, not overly surprised about that.
No, not really. And we did get a bit of an ender batch before from our ender lilies. I'm not sure whether we did that at the end of last episode or not.
I did think it was actually at the end of last episode.
Yeah, I think it might have been now that I think about it, but that's a good thing.
But it's a good thing to remind them
It is.
that we did. So we got a full round of those. Now that's another game week away then, before we're going to get more.
Yes. It is.
Oh,
It is. Now.
I'm out of item ducks again.
Oh. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to show them.
What's that?
My workbench. I set up a new schematic to manufacture the machine frames, which we sort of tend to use a fair bit of in the thermal expansion stuff. So now all we need to do is just, pop the goodies in here down the bottom, and away we go. Plug it in, and we can manufacture what we need. So that's just saved us a little tiny bit of time.
Yeah, we need to still see if we can find a way to make this automation happen, don't we?
Yeah, and I've been sawing up a lot of my wood into planks, and with the sawdust, I've been making compressed sawdust. Now, compressed sawdust is just the sawdust put into the shape of a chest, and it then compresses it down, so it doesn't take up a whole heap of inventory. That's actually about 4 stacks, I think, a bit over 4 stacks. Maybe more than that, I'm not sure. And there is a use that we have for that. We just haven't found a use that actually suits our circumstances here yet. So, but we will eventually. We will eventually find a use for it.
You're convinced, aren't you? You're
I
going
am.
to find a use no matter
I
what.
will find a use for it, even if it's holding up a rickety chair.
Oh, that's an item I haven't actually heard of. I didn't realise that
A
was.
rickety chair?
Yeah, I didn't realise you could get rickety chairs.
I'm pretty sure you can. Especially if I build them. Well, actually, no.
Well, yeah, actually, that probably explains a lot of things.
It's actually not. That's one thing I am good at.
Building rickety chairs.
No, building furniture. Most of the furniture in my house is built by myself.
Really?
Yep.
I see. Sounds very Minecrafty, really.
It is. It's very blocky.
Ah,
You know,
right.
it's like a block of cobblestone with a bit of cloth put on top of it.
Uh-oh.
What have you done?
That's not right. I just made the mistake of forgetting to program something again.
Again.
Got to program it before you use it, or it gets
Upset with you.
all sorts of things going up towards it that you didn't want to go there.
True.
So it's a hard lesson to learn, that one.
Do you need to go up one more?
Well, I do and I don't.
Okay.
Oh, well, I do and I don't, because if I go over here to where I have a crafting table.
Because that just seems a bit not good to me.
Really? Why is that?
And it's just sitting there.
No, actually, I'm just contemplating. No, this is a problem. This is a problem. It was trying to send,
Gravel.
it was trying to send gravel, and I don't want it to send gravel. I want to send
So you need to whitelist it.
I need to whitelist
Only
it.
have cobble.
I was actually I had a brief thought there to go, maybe I don't need to, because maybe it'll only send what I want. But that's not true.
No.
But okay, so that was what the chest was there for. That was why I didn't want to fill that in, because I wanted to actually have something that would tell the chest what to do.
Oh, okay.
Now, that's interesting. We've got a bit of sand going up there.
No, but it may not come in. Oh,
No.
gravel's come in.
Suspect it's going to bounce.
It has come in. I've taken it out so it doesn't screw anything up.
Well, the whitelist is definitely in place now.
Yep.
Maybe
It may have just been two that caught beforehand or something. Because there certainly only looks like cobble going in there now. That's helping your barrel out a lot. And you've got no stuffed pipes anymore.
Well, no, not for the moment. It shows how quickly you can empty a barrel out, eh?
Yeah.
But look, we actually got 12 stacks of
it's
gravel
gonna-
in there. It's filling up quite nicely. And it's now actually filling these, which is
Yep.
good. So we're going to get our lava production happening again. Did we actually drop our barrels at all during this time? No, our drums are still full. We've actually just used the lava. All that time it wasn't working. We were just burning the lava that was actually in the crucibles.
Oh, okay. Now, listen, I had two dusts, so I stuck them in there because I'm pretty sure that's what needs to go down the end anyway, so...
That's fine. Absolutely. That was indeed what was going to go in there.
I'll lock it too while I think of it, and then it's done. So these are all getting filled up now, which is good. There we go. Look at that. Process is all working beautifully. Love it when a plan comes together. In fact, that could be today's quote. And it's good to see that we have a new commentator.
Commentator.
Yes, who's accepted my challenge of speaking and has informed me that we've unleashed the dragon now.
Oh dear, oh dear.
But that's okay, because, everybody knows my last name.
I'm going to need to go AFK for a sec.
Okay. Well, we might pause then while we take care of a few personal things, and
Okay.
we'll be back.
Thanks. Bye.
Alright, we are back live here at the stadium.
Yay.
Well, I thought I'd sort of get a soccer reference in, because the first match starts in about 8 hours or something.
Right. See,
Um, oh,
look at this.
I see.
This is what happens when two people with magnet mode are standing over one side.
Yeah. Okay, well, I won't stay here too long. How's all this going? It's looking good.
Well, it is. Now, the interesting challenge I've been having, and I'm just playing with. So let me just show you the configuration, if you don't mind. If you wander over here and with an empty hand,
Yeah.
you whack on one of these connections here.
Yep.
You'll see that I've reset the stack size down from a full stack of 64 to 2. What I'm trying to do, and it doesn't seem to cause a lot of lag, but I'm trying to get to the point where I don't have hundreds of things floating around in the pipes all the time. Because the problem we sort of seem to get is every time it wants one, so every time it's not full, it seems to ask for one. But then it was sending, by default, it sends a whole stack at a time. And then it gets there and it goes, well, okay, I've used my 1 or 2, but, now there's 63 I don't know what to do with.
Oh, yeah.
So it sends them back.
Um,
And then meanwhile, it
these are
needs
set to
another...
64, aren't they?
Which ones? The ones going into the barrel?
Oh, no, sorry. Which one is that? The one you want me to look at?
No, the ones... Which one are you looking at that says 64?
Bottom pulverized on the left-hand side. Stack size 64.
Bottom pulverizer on the left-hand side. No, where are you seeing that? It says 2.
It says 64. They
Should
all
this-
say 64.
Really?
Yep.
They all say 2 for me.
Hmm.
That's
Stack-
a bit...
Stack size you're talking about?
Yeah, stack size, colon 2, and it's got a minus and a plus below it.
Yep. It says stack size 64.
Well, that is so weird, because it says 2 for me. What happens if you try to change it?
To 2?
Or just change it down? What does it do? Does it
It's
go down normally?
Going down, yep.
Well, that's really
I'll
strange.
put it all the way down to 2.
Yeah. Well, actually, set it to 3. No, see, mine still says 2.
Okay, so look at that one now. The middle one. On the left-hand side.
So you mean the pulverizer here, that I'm standing behind?
Yeah, that stack.
And the middle
the
one?
middle one. Yeah.
Okay, so it says 2 for me.
Alright, and if I look at it, it says 3.
Right. We may have a very small bug in the item filtering stuff.
Yeah, that could explain why you've got so many going around then.
Well, maybe, although it did seem to change things a little bit, but not totally. And I mean, it certainly changed how many were arriving for me. So, for example, over here with this soil one,
Yeah.
the soul sand.
Soul
I
sand.
set it to 8.
Right.
Right. What does it say for you?
64.
Yeah. Right. Okay. But let's demonstrate. If I take out all the soul sand that's in it, and you look, and you open up the thing and see how much is it going up by? Is it going up by stacks of 64, or is it going up by?
How can I tell that?
Well, when you open up the autonomous activator above
Oh,
it,
the activator, sorry.
yeah. And obviously it's using
There's
some.
a stack of 64 down the bottom, and it's
Yeah.
getting what looks like one at a time.
And it's probably 2 at a time, I suspect. It should be. What have I asked it for now? I've asked it for, I think it was 8. But there was a time earlier where I had it set to 2. And what I discovered was after I set it to 2, now you notice all these ones have gone back again. Now now we're getting some new ones coming. They should come in packs of 8.
8. 9. 11.
11. So it's getting 2 still.
Okay, so there's a delay in...
I think
There we go, now we're... Oh,
now we're getting
Right.
a huge chunk arriving because it knows it needs a lot.
yeah.
And it should actually... Yeah,
Yeah.
and you can see it's sort of going up, not by ones, but not by stacks either.
No, true.
So it was this sort of problem of, and maybe it's not an issue because it doesn't seem to make the servers lag, which is what you'd sort of worry about.
Yep.
But the problem is without having anywhere to put it back. So the only thing I can do to fix this that I'm thinking is putting in a very long route pipe back into the source.
Right.
So I can't easily do that at the moment without a bit of reconfiguration with the soul sand. But if I go and get a pipe, so apparently I've put them all away and I don't know why. Silly plan.
As you do.
As you do. Remarkably organised of me to put things away after myself. So maybe what I was thinking was actually to do this one, and just for the sake of without worrying for the moment, and mark him as red.
Yep.
And whack him to there and there. Then what should now happen? Oh, there's cobble going that way. What is cobble? Now that is a weird problem. That's okay. That's not a good plan in this particular case.
No, that's not looking good.
Well, the reason is the cobble's full. So it's gone, well, the cobble's full. I don't really want to go that way, but that's the only place I can put it. So it's actually going to go and put it in a chest that we've got reserved for other weird things. So it's actually the cobble pipe I don't want to do that to. But this other pipe, I can. Where's my best way of doing that? I might do it out this side. Yeah, that'll be viable. That'll be viable. We'll just dig a little hole here, being careful that Tosh isn't too nearby.
No, I'm over here, out of the way.
So that I don't get in trouble for attempted Tosh's side.
Tosh's side.
Tosh's side. Now there's a little hurdle though.
Well, you keep working on that one.
I'll work on that. I'll work on this. Well, you show them
done
what
over
you've
here.
been doing.
Yeah. Our 4 high temperature generators. What my plan is, and it looks like I've run out of wood and everything from my demo, but what my plan is, I have the high temperature ones all in series here, but I only so far seem to be able to fill one of them. Now, that's not too much of a problem because that's the one that's actually filling the battery, but I can't get anything happening in any of the other 3, so I may either have to do a hell of a lot more charcoal generation with more redstone furnaces, or something entirely different. But what we're also doing is anything that's generated at excess will come down this conduit back into our big mega 10 million RF battery. So this is all on the storage and production side. As you can see there, we've come through on there, and that's how that's going to work. Now the next thing I'm going to do is run an item pipe from the farm over here. So I'm going to cut in at that item pipe up there and bring it all the way straight across the roof. Have to go around the stairs, but that's okay. Straight across the roof and down into this. So the wood will come into here, and I'll beef this jabber barrel up and make sure that it holds a lot more than currently does. Beef that one up, and then that will create the charcoal. Charcoal goes into here. Charcoal then goes into, well, currently at the moment, that one only, which is still generating a fair bit. I've got 14.5 minutes to get this done before it starts losing power.
Well, only if we give it some more wood, I think.
Yes, I've got a little bit of wood though. Oh, thank you. Got that. There we go. That'll keep it happy. It's up to power level 58. It started at power level
40.
40, yeah.
They start with.
So it's producing a lot more power now than what it was before, which is good, and it's actually getting something that's buffer now, which means that...
Well, yeah, the battery's basically full.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be really interested to see what happens, Tosh, when this hits the 500,000 RF mark.
Yep.
Now that we've got a 10 million RF in that battery, which is feeding across into our main battery with also 10 million RF in it.
Yep.
Now, the dynamos do appear to be running. Yeah.
Don't.
So,
Oh,
the magmatic.
yeah. Well, I'm producing some hardened glass here, which is just finished, and I'm also producing
Ah,
some pulverized here.
one of them's only running at 4 RF. It's running at really low power because its buffer gets full.
Yep.
And now
Yeah.
it's
Well, I've
draining.
just emptied out that
So
pulverized obsidian.
its buffer's draining. So it's obviously feeding into the battery. So
Yep.
look, it actually looks like the 4 are enough at the moment with your power added
Yep.
to feed all that. Because don't forget, it's actually feeding over here. It's feeding,
All that.
yeah, it's feeding 6 pulverizers.
Yep. And heavy working 6 pulverizers too.
Well, non-stop working 6 pulverizers. Yes.
Yeah. So what I'm producing all of this stuff over here for, and I might just have something to eat while I'm chatting to you, is so that I can create a whole heap of item pipes, because I'm going to need them basically to get everything across to where it needs to go. Take that out of there. That should finish that off. Oop, wrong. That up there. So I need item pipes. Sorry, item ducts. And yep, gone.
Right, you need ducks.
Yeah,
I just love I love that. It's like I need ducks.
I need ducks.
Where are the ducks?
I need ducts. Item. Not opaque. Impulse. Item duct. There we go. So I need tin for that. Not sure how much tin we've got. 2. Probably don't quite need 2 stacks of blocks, do I?
So my loopback seems to be working okay, Tosh.
Oh, that's good.
So it hasn't stopped stuff flowing around the network, I have to say. But it does appear to have at least meant that when there's some extra left over, it loops back into the top of the barrel and generally drops straight out the bottom again and goes around another circuit.
However, it is getting there.
It is, and we have pretty much continuous production now of soul sand.
Yep.
Which is a bit interesting because one of the problems is I don't have a barrel for soul sand to go into. So, when the soul sand has got nowhere to go.
Yep.
So at the moment that's not a problem because it's still trying to fill this autonomous activator that I emptied out, and I'm holding 8 stacks of soul sand in my hands. But I need to go and get another barrel for that, so I'm going to go get another barrel.
A barrel?
I don't know that we have any barrels left, do we?
I think we do.
We used them all.
Oh, actually, yeah, you may have over there on that last build.
I thought I might have. But I do know where there is a barrel I can nick, so I'm going to just nick a barrel. I can't be bothered. Now, can I just make a comment on the fact that, you could do it under the floor?
I am doing it under the floor.
Yeah, that's sort of true.
Yeah.
It is true.
Yeah.
Not what I meant.
Well, the only reason why I sort of really haven't is because,
You're a slack.
apart from that,
Oh, right, sorry, this is another reason.
where I'm going is up high, so I need to be really careful here. That's what I really need to be. Oh, Tosh out this far is not good. Did that join? Yes, it did.
You could build yourself a safety net,
I could, but I didn't.
You could, but you didn't.
Yeah. I want to be all grown up.
I see.
Alright, So I now have that connected into there. What I need to do is come back here and break and that didn't take anywhere near. We're going to be right for item ducts for an awfully long time.
Did you use the good item ducts or the bad ones?
The normal standard item ducts.
The opaque ones.
No, the item ducts.
Yeah, but you're using the so not opaque item
No,
duct. Just
no, just the normal ones. And I need to put. Now, if I get this right, if it's a mighty big if, but if I take that one off there and I put one of you there and get ready with that, I do that, and then I do that, and then I say that all you're allowed. Can you believe it? I haven't got a piece of wood. All
yeah,
can,
actually, I can believe it.
can you believe that? All you're allowed to take is no. And then servo. And then say, all you're allowed to have is that. So that means I have wood in there with a white list. Is that correct?
That sounds like a good plan. Whether
And
that's what you've actually done or not, I can't actually tell. But
well, I have the white list showing, and I have a piece of oak wood in there. So that should work.
it should. Sounds like it should.
Okay.
I agree entirely.
So let's go and see if anything is going to make its way through here. Because I'm also going to need to... well, it's definitely the one that comes out of the barrel, I think. Because that's the one that goes and feeds the planter its shrubs and everything. So that should be the one that I can take. Harvester. No. You take from there, you naughty thing. It's the fluid duct. No, that's the fluid duct. That's the one that comes out of there. Alright, let's clear you out. And I think the other thing I'm going to have to do is that to get this to work properly. Okay, so that seems to be taking them out, alright? So let's go and have a look and see if that's all working the way it's supposed to be. Have we got wood coming along here anyway? Yes, we do. Look at that. Wood.
That sounds like a success there, Tosh.
Well, so far so good. So far so good. We'll come over here. We've got plenty of room in here. Oh, that's the other thing I was going to do, wasn't it?
Was it?
Yeah, I was going to take one of these upgrades. But they're both actually chocker. They're playing helicopter. Nearly there. Come on. Yay! Wood. wood into the barrel, out of the barrel into the furnaces, which I really think we're going to have to beef those up a bit. Charcoal into here, and then into here. We have power level of 61 now. We have 2/3 of the buffer full. We have our 10 million RF battery here full. We have our 10 million RF battery over here full. And I reckon we're looking pretty damn... And these three are doing absolutely nothing. To be perfectly honest, so I can take all of them off because they're just not getting anything.
It says
All of
something about how much fuel you've got to have, doesn't it?
Well, I'm thinking that's it, but I'm also not sure. I mean, the whole thing seems to be working on the time remaining. So the energy that it's got stored to produce into RF. And the time remaining I've got now is 16 minutes and 20 seconds at power level 61. Now I'm assuming as the power level goes up, that time remaining should get shorter because, although maybe not, maybe it's just generating more efficiently.
I think it's just generating more power for the same...
The same cost.
Yeah, that's my thinking.
Yep, I think you're right. As the temperature of the furnace heats up, it produces it more efficiently and therefore produces more from the same. Would be how I would interpret that. So, a needle pulling thread. There's a little sideline one for you to see if you can guess where that's from.
That's sort of fairly well known.
I would have thought so, yeah. I would think that somebody will pick that up. So have I still got... Yes, I have still... No, I haven't. What's happened?
I'm out of cobble.
I'm out of wood. Oh no. Still some coming through in dribs and drabs. Now the one thing that I'm concerned about is the fact that this chest has all of this wood down the bottom but nothing up the top, which is why I was sort of trying to get that one to take it as well.
Not
But
sure I'm getting which chest you're talking
well, you have double chest and you have the pipe on one end that's not taking stuff from the other end.
Well, that could just be a constraint.
Don't know. It's a pain in the bottom if it's a constraint. Oh, okay. Alright, I can hear you. I can hear you yelling at me. Is that going to work or not?
So you're talking about up at the farm, right?
Yep. Okay, yeah, alright. Tosh is a dum-dum. Okay. Now I'm going to have plenty coming.
Was this a double chest before?
Yep.
It does fill up, doesn't it?
Not anymore.
No, but as in the double chest did fully fill up. So I think the machine feeds both.
Yes.
You think we just need to have a separate pipe for each one, do you?
Well, it wasn't taking it from the other end. Yeah.
Now, have you programmed it to only take wood?
I can't. I've programmed the other end to only receive wood.
So, one of your...
Because it's also got to take the saplings to send them back to the planter in the middle, you see.
Yeah, and the problem is the saplings are running down the same pipe, but then the pipes are stuffed up with saplings, so it's not actually drawing any wood.
Yep.
So you may need to change your pattern here a little bit, I think.
I'm just wondering whether I can get away with I'm gonna say it's gonna just muck it up anyway.
So what you need to do, I reckon, apart from having a whack at this Enderman who seems to be so excited. Where's he gone? Is he downstairs?
It's not even raining, either.
It's got to be downstairs on us.
I'd say so. Oh, our ender lilies are ready too. Nearly.
You're hiding under there, aren't you? Yeah, it's right under the stairs. Trying to ambush me. I could see you were there. He's gone. Guess where he's gone?
I don't know.
Oh, come on, guess. Can you guess?
No.
He's in the garden again.
Oh. That's unusual.
Exactly. There's two of them. All right.
So let's try that.
That's all right. I shall protect you.
Thank you. Whoops. Try that. See how that all goes. I think it's just getting stuffed up because it's, it was, full and being narky.
Possibly, but the other problem is that it can get stuffed up with saplings because of the fact that this thing in here gets full of saplings, and you get exactly the same problem that I had.
Yeah.
With just sort of, so the way potentially to solve that is basically the same sort of approach I've taken. Take the output of the machine, instead of letting it just go straight into a chest, actually take it out with a pipe and put it into a series of barrels, one barrel for each type of thing. Then you can draw out of the sapling barrel to go to the machine, and you can draw out of the wood barrel to go to your smelting, and you can draw out of the apple barrel to
go to the dirt. That's a good idea.
And in fact, you don't even need to have an apple barrel. You can actually just drop it straight down into the dirt. You just have, because if you run an item pipe past a barrel that's got, for the saplings, because we've got two types of saplings in there,
yep,
then it'll go into the barrel first. But anything that doesn't fit the barrel, obviously, will not.
Yeah, well, I'll need to have one for the rubber as well.
Yeah. Well, you have to bring that down here somewhere. Well,
yeah.
Ideally. So I think I've got my loop bags working. Do you want to?
Oh yeah, we'll have a look at that.
Have a little bit of look at that. It's
So
for example, here now I think we are at that time.
Yep, getting very close. Yeah, you were saying.
No, that's a bit weird. No, this doesn't seem to be working properly. Look at that. I think those soul sand are just looping straight out of the output and straight back into the input, even though that input has got 1,000 on it. Yep. Some of them, some of them are going out and coming back, but they're definitely turning and going back.
They are.
I don't know why it's pulling them out. That's not right, but I don't... Well, am I having the same problem with these ones? I am too. See, look at that. So coming out of here, I got dust coming out of the bottom, coming around here, going straight back up there and back over the top. So that 1,000's not actually doing its job. Well, okay, sorry. It's not doing... I won't say that. It's not, what I'm saying is it's not doing what I wanted it to do. It's not doing what I wanted to do. Yeah. What I wanted it to do was to say, don't draw from the barrel at all if you're just going to go back down this path. Only go down this path if there's nowhere else to go. The problem is it's still drawing out of the barrel even though...
It's 1,000 away.
And the fact that the guy over this side, I think it is, that wants the dust, doesn't need the dust.
Yep.
So it's a little bit hard to get this to a stage where it doesn't do lots of weird things, I have to say. It's a bit interesting.
Thank you very much, folks, for asking us to do this one. We're really, really, really grateful for you.
But the little loops, I mean, maybe if I do the little loop just directly around the barrels, it may not be such a big issue. I need to keep thinking. The other bit I was contemplating was using some redstone type stuff. So, things like comparators to actually go, is the barrel full? So particularly with this cobble one is a really good example because he's basically full.
Yep.
So going, well, if it's full, put out a signal and stop the generator.
The production.
Because you can do that, and I could stick switches on them, but that's all manual and not what we're trying to do.
No, we don't like manual. Okay. Well, I'm just going to go and check the farm again and just see whether or not we're clogged up to buggery.
I'm certainly not seeing a lot of wood coming.
No. No, we're not clogged.
Has it got wood in it, or is it dumped all the wood?
It's got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So...
Yeah, there's some going through. All right. So
and there it goes. Yeah.
it goes in little batches as it does a tree.
Well, it's probably waiting for a stack, maybe?
No, I doubt it. I think it'll send it as it gets it.
I think I sent it. Oh.
Well, you've told it to send a stack.
Yeah.
But it won't wait for a stack.
Okay.
It'll send what it's got.
See down the bottom there. Oh no.
But you'd also harvest a tree at a time. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, I'm happy. That's working relatively well. If it starts, stuffing up again, then I'll look at putting barrels and stuff up there, and I may end up doing that anyway once we've cleaned out a bit of backlog from here, because we've got what have we got? 8,192 by 16,384 plus another 25 stacks there, so there's a bit of wood to burn through.
That's true. There is a bit of wood to burn through.
Yeah.
So this is quite interesting, Tosh. I'm actually starting to question now whether we should have done this the other way. You know how we had a talk off camera earlier about do I, just run a stack of cobblestone generators here and then a stack of pulverizers all pulverizing into gravel?
Yep.
Or whether to actually run it as a stack of, here's a cobblestone generator, generates cobble for whoever needs it. Here's a stack that's a cobblestone generator and a pulverizer that generates gravel for whoever needs it. Here's another stack with, a cobblestone generator, a pole, and 2 pulverizers to generate sand.
Yep, etc.
That might have actually worked better in terms of not having so much stuff flowing around in the system, because then what happens is the machines will bank. If you don't have the barrels there, the machines will actually stop when they can't deliver stuff.
They'll get to 64, stop production until something needs it,
and then it'll get pulled out. They'll produce some more.
Yeah, that might have been the better way.
It might have been, mightn't it? We might have to.
It's that 2020 hindsight thing, isn't it?
It is probably. It is. Basically the same number of machines, just arranged differently.
Yeah.
I was trying to do it this way, as the logic being that, I can have these barrels that will just fill up, like this barrel of cobble here, and anything that wants cobble will draw from it.
Yep. Which is what all of these are doing along here.
Yeah. Well, although, because I didn't want to have to put a servo in each one of those, I just have a chest here that's being filled up with the cobble.
Yeah. Which it has.
Yeah, and then there's an item pipe that's just dragging out from it, and So yeah, it's all a bit interesting, really. I must admit,
It is. It's a bit tricky.
A bit more of a play. It does definitely seem a bit harder to get it to do what you want it to do.
Yep.
It seems to work okay, like in this case over here, where you've got something that's producing, things.
Yep.
You're not trying to store them. As soon as they arrive, you're ripping them out and taking them somewhere.
Yeah, and doing something with them.
Wherever you're trying to put them has got enough space to take them. So these barrels is a really good example, because they've got pulverized iron and aluminium are in here. So this guy must have filled up again at one point. Oh! Hey, Tosh,
Yeah.
have a look at what's inside this smeltery.
Bones, arrows. Yes, we did
Yeah,
hear noises before, didn't
we
we?
did, didn't we? Bones, arrows. No wonder it sort of filled up.
Any more? No. Yeah, we spawned a couple of skeletons in the inside of it.
We did.
We could hear them bones rattling, but obviously not a lot we could do about it. And they died when the sun came up. So, did you happen to notice how much crustardite and cobalt we've got here, though?
Well, it's quite large, really, isn't it?
19
And
and
12.
12. So,
Well, they're only nugget sized. Oh no, they're not. They're the crushed
no,
ones.
they're the
They're
crushed.
half. They're
Half an ingot, aren't they?
half an ingot. So there's actually nearly 10 cobalt
Yeah.
ingots there. We're starting to get to a point where we'll actually be able to make some of that
We
stuff.
might actually make a head for our picks or something.
Yeah, that could be pretty cool.
Then maybe we can move the bloody sulphur off the bedroom floor.
Yeah, actually, I think you need to give that a go next session. To see if you can actually move that sulphur that I'll put down. Yeah, sorry.
I did move the beds because at one point, and we should sleep in them again at some point too.
Well, we should, although probably not this instant, I suspect.
Well, it's not going to work, no.
Looking a bit bright, yeah.
Because I was actually going to put that generating system over here because it was close to the farm, but in discussions we decided that the item pipes are actually quite cheap, whereas the energy conduits aren't.
Particularly the power, the high power.
The high-powered ones, yeah.
But even the basic ones seem to be, just more expensive. Well, the basic ones don't run enough power, so you can run them, but you'll only run one machine off each cable, so then you end up having to run a bunch of 8 cables out.
Yeah.
Whereas one item pipe here, even without the impulse ones that move so fast.
Yeah, well, it doesn't.
I suppose that's actually the other option for me to try over here. Is actually try replacing this stuff around here with impulse pipes and see what difference that makes.
Yeah, but I don't think that's the issue.
Well, maybe though, if stuff got there quicker,
yeah,
it would make a difference because it wouldn't send more.
Yeah, there's a logic in that. If the request for 8 is received quicker,
and it just delivers 8 instantly, pretty much.
Yeah.
And it goes, well, actually, thank you. I got my 8. I don't want any more. Stop sending them to me.
Yep. Yeah,
it's
maybe.
worth a try. It's worth
Yep.
a try. We still trying to work out our best way of doing this full automation with thermal expansion.
Yep.
I have to say. And look, any listeners, anyone who's got any brilliant ideas about how to deal with all this stuff that just seems to float around, let us know.
Yeah.
Because it'd be really nice to end up with like logistics pipes and ME and stuff does, where you go, I just want a certain number in here. Can you just keep that number in here? And if it needs 1, send it 1.
Raker loves his ME.
Well, I do. Well, actually, but I actually really like logistics pipes as well. I have to say, it's a more complex build. I know.
Yep.
But that's okay too. That can be fun. ME is a really easy version, I suppose, to do.
Yep. And gives you really good results.
And it does give you really good results. And
Yeah.
it doesn't seem to have, you don't have you have the flexibility. You don't seem to have the build problems where you go, oh, how did I make it do that?
Yeah.
Now, logistics pipes is really good too, because you do have all those bits and pieces like, request pipes and stuff that I just haven't figured out how to make item pipes do yet.
Yeah, which, well, they may or may not do it, I guess, is the bottom line of all of that.
Well, that's right. I mean, there might be ways to simulate it. I mean, even with some of the logistics pipes and stuff, or even ME, you get into some weird sort of patterns to try to make it do certain things.
Yeah.
So there might be a pattern that will work, with a few redstone devices to actually make this work. I just need to spend a bit more time trying to figure it out, which is, of course, the point. And search the web. I haven't seen a lot, though, on the web. Some very basics around how to automate. This sort of stuff, maybe not even quite this complex. but
Yeah,
nothing
well,
where
some of the stuff
anyone's.
we've seen was just the really El Beso, you know, have a chest, send it to the furnace, comes out of the furnace and goes into something else, and that was about it, wasn't it?
It was. It was. So, yeah. So thinking what we might end up doing, Tosh, if we ever get this sorted into a good state, is actually put up a short, 10, 15 minute, let's show you how to
How to?
really
Yeah.
do proper automation
Yep.
um, with thermal expansion,
Mm.
assuming we actually figure out how to do
I was going to say
it.
there is an assumption you're making there.
I know. It's a bit of a big assumption too, I have to
So
say.
you've got all your stuffed items here for your cobble because your thing's full again. So
Yeah. Now, at least the good thing is once these stuff, they stop drawing, so then the machines themselves will shut down.
yep,
But the
true.
reason why that's happening is because look at all the cobble that's floating around in the pipes.
Yeah,
Trying to go,
there's
trying
another
to go to this chest, trying to
10 or
go
15 stacks just floating
just
around.
floating around exactly in the pipes.
Yep.
So and the machines aren't going to start up again until those um, get taken away
Yep.
by something that wants them. And you've only got the lava here, which of course it only uses as much as it needs to keep the lava drums full, and all these drums are still full.
Yep.
We're just not burning enough lava, Tosh.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm right.
Well, now that you're starting to try and turn wood into power, we're going to burn even less.
Yeah. Don't know. I'll try and come up with another use for the wood then.
No, that's fine. I mean, we've got three magmatic dynamos are actually running full bore the whole time. And we've got one that's sort of just running occasionally.
Yeah. Well, that just
A
ticks
little.
over when we apply some extra.
But this is up to. Oh, this is full, Tosh.
Yeah.
Oh, you knew that? Okay, so
Yep.
it's at power level 67.
And
Time
climbing.
time remaining is 20
20 and a
minutes and
half
30
minutes.
seconds, and
Yep.
it's still going up. I reckon there's got to be a limit there. Maybe it'll go up to an hour. Maybe it'll
Yep.
go up to 30 minutes.
I don't know. We'll see. If it does, then that's fine. It'll flow on to the next one, and I've already got the next one. Actually, what I'll do.
You know
is
what I'm wondering
take that
though?
one out. I'm going to take those two out for the moment.
Can I just try something? If you
You can try something as long as it's quick.
Oh right, okay, yes, okay, we're ready now. Which is the main face of the battery? That's the question.
I didn't think there was one on these because they're fully configurable.
No, there is actually one that has a bar, a set of bars on it to show you how full it is. The reason I was asking you was only from the perspective of which one's the front, so that I can figure out which one is the back.
Ah,
So that's input and that's
I
input.
think it's the one closest to you is the front.
Okay, let's just try that. So what I've done is just told the battery that it's not allowed to take any input. So what now? I want to see whether this thing will shut down. So it's at 500,000. But look, the time is still ticking down, even though he's
Yep.
full.
Yeah, well that would be right. I mean, time stops for no man.
Well, true, but so what it means is that if you just keep feeding this thing charcoal, and if we can't use the power, then it's just going to burn the charcoal and get nothing. It won't. It's never going to stop.
Yeah, which
by
is
the,
not
by
a
the
good
looks
thing.
of it. Maybe if the time gets to a high enough number, it'll stop accepting
We shall see.
charcoal. But even then, it's still going to burn one every 2 seconds because that's how long you get for charcoal.
Yep.
So this is interesting because it really does mean we've got to try to make it use the power out of these first.
Yeah, that's the challenge, isn't it? Although the way we've got it rigged there, the power that's used from anywhere will be used. Now that's dropped. What did you just do?
What did I just do?
Yeah.
I opened up the battery again and said, you can
You can what?
you can take power from things nearby you. So suddenly the generator went, aha, the battery's got space in it. So the battery, what happened when we turned the battery off? So I'll just do it again. If
Oh,
I
yeah.
turn the battery inputs off, what's
It's
happening is
charging.
the
Yep.
battery's dropping. So we're
Yeah.
actually burning power out of this battery, probably to feed this one. So this
No,
one,
it's to feed these. The redstone furnaces.
well, yeah, it could just be that. Seems to be going down pretty fast though.
Yeah, for 2 redstone
I
furnaces.
reckon it's actually feeding this battery, which is absolutely stable at 10 million. So I think it's feeding its power to that battery. So
Yeah. All right. We shall continue to work and play and not make Jack a dull boy. Try and work out what's going on here and work out better ways of doing stuff.
indeed, but we are making progress, Tosh. We're starting to get the automation happening.
Yep.
Even if it is a bit weird.
It's a bit higgledy-piggledy, but
It is a bit higgledy-piggledy.
we have
This is
gone
looking
about.
better now that I've taken those loops out. The loops I don't think were the right answer somehow.
Yeah.
At least the barrels are filling. Well, okay, apart apparently from the gravel. I don't know where all the gravel's gone, but it's gone somewhere.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll leave Raker to go and have a look and try and find his gravel, and we'll come back next time with some more Agrarian skies.
Indeed. How long did we record this time for, Tosh?
Just over an hour, I think it is.
Just over an hour. We do have to get shorter.
Yeah.
There's a creeper in our territory.
Oh, okay.
That's not good.
That's not good. Well, you go and sort him out, and I'll say goodbye to the peeps.
Okay, I'll do that.
So, until next time, folks, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like or a comment if you can think of a way that we can automate something that we haven't done or tried, or maybe something that you'd like to see tried that you haven't been able to get working. We can put our minds to it and see what we can come up with. As you can see, we're not experts, but between the two of us, we can quite often work something out. So, thank you once again. Leave a like, and even if you're new, welcome. I know we've got a couple of new people that have joined us in the last couple of weeks. That's good to see. That's not a good sound.
Yeah, it was. That was fun.
Where?
That's goodbye from the creeper. Yeah, that was just up until a second ago inside our smeltery.
The smeltery. Right. Okay, so it's goodbye from the creeper. It's goodbye from me, and
and it's goodbye from him.
goodbye.
Bye.